going on, people? Welcome to United View and welcome to the road trip for our game against Everton at Old Trafford, 12:30 kickoff. But as you guys know, as you can see in the QR code in the corner, this video is brought to you by Circl, and here's how you can play. What's going on, people? This video is brought to you by Circl, the new football sweepstake game where you can make every moment count. Now, this is a fun way to enjoy football with your friends and also getting some cash in your pocket whilst taking bragging rights. That is exactly what it's about when watching football with friends. Bragging rights, yeah? Now, you can make your own private circle and play with friends and family, or you can join circles that have already been made for you and play with people around the UK, and you can play for as little as £3 as well. So how does the game work? Okay, so the game works in a circle format, and each time something happens during the game live, the circle moves. So that could be a yellow card, it could be a goal, it could be an offside, it could be corners, it could be goal kicks, you name it, and that circle moves. Whoever's at the top of that circle come the end of the game wins the jackpot. It is literally that simple. So all you need to do is download the app from the QR code, which you can see on screen, or the link in the video description below, or actually it's pinned in the chat. You can do it there as well. And also bet 5 to get 5. So when you sign up with our link or referral code and place your first £5 stake, you're going to get a £5 free bet. So it is easy to do and very, very fun. Circl is UK only, and you need to be over 18 to play, and begambleaware.org is there for all your responsible gambling tools. So there you go, really, really easy, not hard. Make sure you look at the link in the video description below, or the QR code is on screen to join in the Circl app. So easy to play and really enjoyable as well. On to the game, man. Christian Eriksen is back in the squad, which is a massive, massive plus. Obviously he's not going to start, but to have him just back in the squad, knowing that he can participate in the match, obviously otherwise he wouldn't be on the bench if he couldn't do that, is a big, big plus. So I'm looking forward to that as a sort of side note. Martial probably won't start. I think Erik Ten Hag pretty much confirmed that, sort of saying like he's not ready to start games yet. We'll manage him really carefully. So he's not going to start. I actually think Ten Hag goes with, apart from Luke Shaw, because obviously he's injured, and maybe Wan-Bissaka, I think he goes with pretty much the same team, actually. I got a feeling Scott McTominay will play again. I thought he was quite good against Everton. Obviously, he really wasn't good against Newcastle. Against Brentford. But he really wasn't good against Newcastle. But if you look at the physicality side of things, Everton, their main threat, again, from set pieces. They will work hard, but they will be looking to get goals from set pieces and to put us under pressure. And if you don't play him and you don't play Weghorst, obviously that does, weaken us a little bit in terms of height against, people who are going to want to get off of corners, likes of Tarkowski, the likes of Michael Keane, the likes of Onana. These are big, strong, tall players, good in the air. I don't know if Ten Hag will want to go completely without anybody in the air, really, and only have Rafael Varane as somebody who can basically win headers. So I've got a feeling Scott McTominay will start again. Be interesting to see if he does or he doesn't. Interesting that Fred hasn't started the last couple of games. Maybe, he could still come in, but I just think it's a bit starting to build a little bit of form. Get into the game a little bit. That was nice to see against Brentford. So I think he'll go with the same midfield. I think he'll keep Fred on the bench and then bring him and Eriksen on later on in the game. And I think he goes with the same front three as well. I can't see him playing Weghorst, not after how we played without him. If anything, it will be Marcus Rashford up front again, who scored a goal. And then obviously you look to bring on Martial later on in the game, and in a game where I think I keep saying Brentford. This game was just the other day. Everton. In a game where Everton will probably let us have the majority of the ball, similar to what Brentford did, it'll be a game where we will need to be dictating play and keeping the ball. And you saw how Anthony and Jadon Sancho played. Although Jadon Sancho wasn't amazing, he did keep the ball well. He did keep the ball moving over and keep the ball ticking over. It's the sorts of games where, if he is going to play, those are the games he can play in, where we are having high percentage of the ball, we are moving the ball quite quickly. The front line is being quite fluid, whether Anthony's coming over the other side, Jadon's coming inside sometimes, swapping with Marcus sometimes. Just quite an interchangeable front three. That can work for Jadon Sancho in this type of game. And like I said, as the game goes on, you then bring in You then bring in Anthony Martial, which again, I just want to keep seeing building up his fitness, and get him starting games. I think it's going to be so important for him to start games. Obviously, we don't want him coming on to just see the game out or things like that towards the business end of the season. It's these 3 games here all about building him up to a point where he can start games, you know. And that's what I want to see. Back 4 wise, obviously Luke Shaw being injured. Erik ten Hag said he doesn't think it'll be too long, but he doesn't want to underestimate this type of injury. Though we've done that in the past, haven't we? Underestimated injuries and people being out for longer than we thought. So he's not available for today. So obviously Malacia will start at left back, which is fine. I was saying to Owen on I think it was the match preview for Brentford, could have been. It's in the last show we done the other morning. And I just think that Malacia's been used perfectly this season. I think he's had the perfect breakthrough season. For a young player, he hasn't hardly featured where you think, he hasn't really got much out of this year. He's only just, basically training with the first team and just learning. He's only played in the Carabao Cup or a game here or a game there. And he hasn't featured too heavily, i.e. the youngsters only come in, he's burnt out, or he's, struggling for form, but he has to keep playing. Ten Hag's managed, and that's a testament, because we got Luke Shaw, who's the number 1 left back. It's the perfect environment for someone like Malacia to come in, actually. And it was just a reflection thing. I was like, you know what? He's actually had a really good debut season, I think. I think he's been really steady in his performances. And when he's had a little bit of a wobble or a little bit of a tough time, Ten Hag's either taken him off, at half time. I remember Ammonia away. I remember he had a tough time against City away, as did we all. But, he in particular had a tough game. And yeah, he's just had a few shaky games. But whenever there's been a bit of a shaky moments, Ten Hag's just taking him out for a few games, let him calm down, and obviously Luke Shaw takes the reins as he should, as his number 1 left back. Malacia can calm himself down and then he's ready to come in. But he's also played some big games for us, at home to Liverpool when we won. He played against Barcelona away, so he's played his part. So yeah, him coming in today, no problems with that. Interesting to see if Wan-Bissaka comes in for Dalot. Is Ten Hag's intention with them to just keep playing them, game by game and see who deserves it more. Like he said in the press conference, he goes, I look at the load, I look at the type of game, and how they're feeling, and the opponent, basically insinuating that he does it game by game. But at the back of his mind, does he, and this is just my fault, does he think, I do want Dalot to be my guy, but Wan-Bissaka's playing at such a decent level, such a good level, that, and Dalot's maybe not playing at his best level, that actually it's neck and neck, game by game. I have to keep choosing it. And arguably, in my opinion, I don't know how you guys feel, as of now at this moment, I'd rather Wan-Bissaka play, which is crazy to say. But then when Dalot can hit some top form and can get back to his best, or something that we were seeing before he went to the World Cup, then you're like, right, Dalot's our guy. So it literally is game by game right now. But I wouldn't mind Wan-Bissaka coming in at all. And I think it's as you were with Martinez and Varane. They got a clean sheet in the last game. They were very good in that last game as well. And actually, you know what? It's going to be really interesting with the goal kicks. And I know this thing is a bit of a taboo and we keep talking about it. And I want it to just go away. I don't even want it to be a topic of conversation. But I can't be naive that we are looking a bit nervous from goal kicks. And I just think the way that we're taking them is wrong. I just think just keep it simple, get everyone up the pitch and just kick it long. Just you can say who's going to win the headers and stuff, but again, guys, football, you don't always have to win the first header. Yes, Everton got some meatheads up there, so yeah, Tarkowski's going to win it most of the time, or Onana's going to win it in midfield. But obviously, if McTominay's there, that can help. But gamble off the seconds. You don't have to win the first ball. You don't have to win it. If somebody wins a header and you know you're going to concede that, at least you're losing possession or playing off the second ball, 50 yards from your goal, where there's no danger. What we're doing now is, passing it out from the back with people pressing us, and we're just causing problem after problem. I don't get why we're doing it. Just hit it long, but more into a channel, so we can get around the ball and gamble on the second and go from there. Either that, or again, Everton will sit back in Sean Dyche's, territory, in Sean Dyche's fashion, sit back and let us have it and let us play out, because they won't be pressing us. We'll have to see how they approach the game. But Everton will not be scared. He will have them well drilled. They are better at home than they are away, of course, but to beat Everton, you've got to play a good game now. Sean Dyche is coming. They are difficult to beat. I'm predicting a tight 1-0 win again. I think it'll be similar to Brentford, where we have periods of domination and we're doing all right. Probably might not be able to get the second goal, but I think we'll get there in the end. But hopefully it's a nice 2-0 or 3-0. and we go home nice and comfortable and can get back to our bank holiday. But I don't know, I'm just never sure. I just want to get 3 points, all that matters, because then after this it's really looking up. Get 3 points in the bag today, then going into Sevilla, Eriksen would have had some minutes in the tank, you would have thought. Martial, more minutes in the tank. Casemiro can play again, and his ban's done after this in the Premier League anyway. So we're looking forward after this. So get these 3 points in the bag. Tottenham play Brighton. Surely there's got to be something to give there, and then we can sit back and relax. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, join KG, Mina and Owen on the match view, and remember to get involved in the Circl app and see how much money you can win. I'm out of here. See you after the game outside the ground. Peace.